We showed you a video last week. It's posted on the channel. You can check it out, of Donald Trump's AI vision for a luxury in Gaza. Trump's vision for Gaza's future, what some are calling a Middle East Riviera plan, is hitting a brick wall in Egypt. Cairo is pushing its own plan that sidelines Hamas, but also shuts down any idea of mass displacement, ethnic cleansing, the whole violating international law by transferring an entire group of people. Yeah, they're not with that. Instead, instead, Egypt wants an interim government, a kind of governance body that's backed by Arab, Muslim, and Western states to control. Sounds like a better plan than what Trump is talking about. But here's the problem. Who's going to actually run this? Who's going to pay for Gaza's reconstruction? And most importantly, how do you remove Hamas when it's still a force on the ground and still the government of record? Meanwhile, the U.S. is standing firm that Hamas cannot govern post-war Gaza, but Egypt and other Arab states are making sure that Trump's push to clear Palestinians out doesn't fly. And I'm not sure that ever was even a consideration from Trump in real life. It's like that Nelly thing, unless you're going to do it, right? I don't know if he expected it, but he wanted to start with an extreme bargaining position and a disgusting one. But the big question, anyway, is will the Arab League get behind Egypt's plan, or is Gaza's future still stuck in limbo? This is a key place. I hate the fact that Gaza's future is being talked about in this colonial way, where it feels like Sykes-Picot or something. It's like all these people are talking about what's going to happen to Gaza, who's going to do what to Gaza, how it's going to happen. And while the Arab nations certainly aren't comparable to the European powers of Sykes-Picot, the United States is the chief decider here, with Israel as a client state making a whole bunch of other decisions. So there's a way that Gaza's future isn't being decided by Gazans. It's not being decided by Palestinians, and because of that, it's hard to kind of watch this play out. But I'm excited for the first time in a long time at Egypt's wherewithal here, that Egypt is at least standing up and pushing back, that Egypt is at least standing up and saying, hey, enough. All right. Trump, the idea that you're just going to come in here and ethnically cleanse the Gaza Strip, that's a non-starter. It's a non-starter. We ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. No. And this idea that Hamas can't be a part of the governing body, I understand. I actually do. And I actually personally don't think it's up to me or other people in the West to decide what the outcome is for Gaza's governance. But it does make sense to me why people in the region would say, hey, Hamas is a non-starter. But that's up to them to decide. It's not for me to decide. But whatever the decision is, it has to be one that keeps Palestinians in their home, that allows people to return home, and that allows for sovereignty, self-determination, and liberation. Anything other than that is a game, and it's not a very strong one.